That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
What up, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. I don't need to explain it to y'all. It's on Tuesday, 7 o'clock-ish. Way early. No, we said 7:30, but we're early. What's good, babe?
What's good? Thanks for tapping in and tuning in. We are live from Studio B on this sunny Tuesday.
Yeah, it's hot.
Goodness. Yes.
Well, not as hot as it was last couple of days, but it's warm out there.
Yeah, and it's only going to get warmer.
Facts. So what's good, world?
We're looking at 90s like all next week.
Yeah.
Ridiculous already.
That's true.
Over
That is
it.
true.
Over it.
Already. It ain't even started. I
Right.
mean,
This summer hasn't even really started, and I'm already complaining.
it ain't even summer yet. Spring really haven't even started. It just went winter to summer.
Spring we had, I think, for like 2 days, and that was it.
If that. I mean, it went winter and then went right over spring into summer. So it's winter summer. Shit, that make no sense.
If that's what they even call it.
I mean,
Right.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, y'all, we are back live on That's What I Said, that we do live here on pretty much all social media platforms. If you're subscribed, you'll get a notification. If you're not subscribed, become one so you can get notified. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitch, and I am streaming live on Spreaker.com. If you download the app, you get a notification when I go live. So you can chat with me while I'm live on the Spreaker app as well as on YouTube, and search That's What I Said and subscribe and get notified when we go live. So season 4, episode 20. Let's be real. Yep, this is a rant. It's not one of those like obscure long rants. No, by no means. But I wanted, before we even get into our, topic, let's be real. We have segments we're going to do every podcast now. We are going to do some, and if we like them, we'll continue. And if we don't, then we're just going to
move on to something else.
But these are topics that we kind of feel are, something that we've been doing, something that's worked, something that has kind of been a staple of the podcast. And we just want to try to continue it because it's something that we like to do. So, we additionally are going to probably start doing a lot more, not necessarily trending conversations, but things related to trending things. And the reason being is because some of that ties into the conversations that we've been having, especially financial. So we're going to have to, play around and be real and say certain things that's going on trending that people may or may not know about. And if you do know about it, great. If you don't, then I'll be giving you a heads up. So, no, I'm not going to be a news channel. Let's get that out in the open. But I want to be able to provide some entertainment as well as funny, if not, or both. And speaking of, that in particular statement I just said, entertaining, funny, and or both. Let me get this out, being part of the topic, but we're going to get into segments, but I want to say this. A lot of times people will listen to your podcast because of entertainment purposes. Some people will listen to it for educational purposes. Well, you're going to get both of them. And I think that is something that we all need, something that can be entertaining, something that can be well thought out, as well as participated in. A lot of people, you can't participate in a live podcast. Now, you have people that do live shows and become very successful for those live shows, those streaming shows, and those streaming platforms. Hella successful. But I also think that there's other avenues or other people that are doing things outside of, YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and all those other things that you could actually watch and it'd be entertaining as well. But some people, they get in their bag. Some people just get in their bag. And you will find out that people that are in their bag are not talking about a lot of nothing. They're not going to be, not necessarily saying that what they're saying is not going to be entertainment worthy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people out here that are trying to take the effort and the initiative to have these conversations of just things that they have experienced and have knowledge in that some people don't.
Right.
And then you try and go on a limb and just say, hey, how can I make it entertaining as well as knowledgeable, and have solution-based conversations and interviews and things of that nature. So that I think in itself is kind of the whole aspect of when it comes to my podcast versus anything else. But what was I leading into? We were talking about segments, and one of the segments that we are going to have on the podcast is come here and look at this shit. So, I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
It's something that I wanted to reflect on. Whether it's funny or not.
Right. Some people may think it's funny. Some people may
right.
not. It's just providing an element of laughter or entertainment or, you know, just something off the cuff.
Right. Absolutely. And mind you, something that you're going to need to realize is my podcasts are going to get shorter and shorter. And the reason why, because I want to be able to do what most podcasts are doing. They're short attention grabbing podcasts. You say something informative, your opinion, your way, you know, how you see it. Naturally, it may be like maybe, you know, like a few people, but not a lot of people are going to see the same way you do. And a lot of people are not going to try to give you information that you absolutely need or should have, or get an opinion or someone's perspective on whatever it may be. Some people's perspective could be what it is, but at the same time, you don't have someone that is outright ready to just say, this is how it is. And this is why it is. Well, you're going to get some people that's going to beat around the bush to try to get ratings and say, oh, I got this breaking information, but if you subscribe to my Patreon, it's like, you know what? I understand you trying to make your money, but bruh, if you know some info, I'll put it to you like this. Not everybody is made to be rich. Although we were put here to be wealthy, we were put here to be successful through struggle. We're going to struggle a little bit, but through that struggle, you should be successful. Because you shouldn't just stay there. Right or wrong?
Facts.
I mean,
you're going to cry in the car.
I think, it's true, but anyway. Some people just tapped out when I said that, so I know what it is. So, sorry. I think for a long time have tried to, I guess, say things my way and bring up things my way, trying to get a structure. But the one thing, and this is the rant part of, let's be real. A lot of times my anxiety won't let me take those chances. As much as I really want to take those chances, my anxiety won't let me. Because I over prepare and overthink everything. Even though I try not to, I do.
It's part of the condition.
It is. And I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm just being transparent, because that's what Let's Being Real is about. Being transparent. We're going to have these discussions frequently. Let's Be Real sessions. That's what I'm calling it. This is Let's Be Real sessions 1. And we will number these and continue to have these. I don't know how often.
As often as you feel.
But as often as I feel I need to rant, I'm going to rant. Because I have to say this, not for ratings or just whatever. It's healing for me. Sometimes I have to talk about shit. And when you have anxiety, when you have PTSD, you deal with things differently. Your day and day is different.
Yep, absolutely.
Short story. We were in Kentucky over the weekend. Went to a restaurant. when we sat down at that restaurant, everyone that has some type of protect or vigilance or hyper anxiety when it comes to a restaurant, one of the things you're going to do indistinctively is face the exit. I laugh about it now because
yeah,
we were having a discussion about it. What's good, Angela? We were having a discussion about it, and I said, it's funny how all of us are facing the exit.
except me.
Except for Connie.
Mind you, I'm there with my husband, my brother, and my father.
So it's like, okay, so she's trusted and protected. So it's like, yeah, you can sit there. That's fine. Yeah. But if some shit goes down, I know how I need to break down this whole situation so that we potentially don't take any injuries. And potentially, we need to get the fuck out of there real quick. We know where to go.
Trust me, all exits were eyed and maintained the entire time we were in this said restaurant.
No, all exits were being plotted against, okay? This was like a bank robbery that nobody planned for. This is exactly what the situation is.
Yes.
Let's not get it twisted.
Albeit we enjoyed our dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We absolutely enjoyed our dinner. We enjoyed our conversation. But all three men were scanning occasionally all the exits. And I noticed it.
No, I was scanning exits and people. Let's not get it twisted.
Oh, trust me.
We're in Kentucky. Okay.
My brother's eyeballs was fixated. He would look at his plate.
But okay.
Scoop up food.
Okay.
But eyeballing everything.
No, stop. You are white. I'm black. The ratio of black people in that restaurant was what? 1 to me.
Exactly.
Everywhere we went in Kentucky was 1 to me. Trust me.
Yes.
I was hyper vigilant and watching my back and making sure I had eyeballs on everybody in every place we went to. And I don't care if they made an attention getter to make sure they looked at me and said, "Are you enjoying your meal, sir?" Of course I am, because you already know I will have Al Sharpton and everybody else in this motherfucker if y'all lay one finger on me in Kentucky.
No.
But I'm going to be honest. I have never experienced that in Kentucky ever.
That ain't going to happen. I'm going to be real.
But, I mean, yeah, with her brother and her dad there, yeah, I ain't got to worry about that. But, right, exactly. Make sure you check them. Make sure you check them exits. Real talk. But I did a I guess you could say it was kind of like a self look or whatever when it came to that. And the reason why I did was because I know I do it. But even in the military, I was never like that. Even before the military, I was like that. Toward the end of my career, and I retired till now, it's like bread and butter.
Right.
And I don't eat bread unless it got some kind of something on it. Jelly, flavored butter, non-salted butter. I'm getting off this butter thing. I am, not that I'm trying to put my business out there, but damn, it is Let's Be Real sessions. And like I said, these Let's Be Real sessions will be a frequent topic, and there will be numbers. So this is Let's Be Real sessions 1. I will be eating better and cleaner. So butter is going to be one of those things that I'm just not going to be able to partake in unless it's a particular type of butter. I won't get into specifics, but I'll just say that, yeah, it's got to be a certain type. There's a certain things I'm just not going to be able to eat, indulge in, or have cheat days on because I want to eat cleaner and better for my health, as well as do things that require me to be the man that I am, as healthy as possible. I can't talk shit and be a frumpy ass piece of crap. I mean, let's be real. I just can't just
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
I can't be that guy that is on a podcast and talks about you got to have your money this way and you got to, your health is your wealth and and then people see me and they're just like, who the fuck is this bag of nerds? It's like he is a sandwich bag full of nerds and M&Ms. What? And Skittles. Just balled up. Or better yet, just put all that shit in some aluminum foil. And try to ball that shit. That is a funny shaped ass person. Another thing, while we're sitting here talking about come and look at this shit, I get what I talk about. I literally watched on my phone, not even on purpose, a full episode of like the 600-pound life. Where are they now? And they didn't even have like a where are they now like video of them. It just showed, oh, they had the surgery and they're losing some weight. That's it.
Wow.
Wait a minute, bro. They lost 40, 50 pounds since surgery. That's great. Why did you do this episode?
Yeah, why didn't you do it like a year later and have it so that it showed the transformation from what they were at, then 6 months after their surgery where they were, and then where they are now at that year mark, and what it's taken them to get from the beginning to where they are. Like, that's where we're at now.
Babe, we know that. That's the problem.
Right.
That's the whole distraction. That's how they suck you in. It's like, oh, I remember her story. Yeah, where's she at? The fuck? You only showed about 3 months after?
Right.
Bruh, this is year 1, month 5. And then it goes off? I will throw a whole director's chair at you. Are you serious?
That's pitiful.
That's what they doing though. And I had to do it. Yeah. Somebody come and look at this shit. Anywho, one of our other segments that we're going to have. Trending Trash with Connie. This is actually me and Connie, but it's just Trending Trash. Trending Trash is really going to be our social media, the funniest things on social media, as well as trending bullshit. We're going to start this next week because the aesthetics and the look of everything, as far as the video portion of it, is going to be different. So I want to make sure that's squared away and everything, so that as a production moving forward, we can, make it great and possible for the people that look at the video portion of the podcast. But for everybody on audio, nothing's going to change.
Right.
So,
right. You just won't get the feel of the
video,
and the visual of it.
But please, like I said, for those that watch on Facebook and on YouTube, YouTube is going to be my primary go-to for video, and I will probably be messing around with a couple of different video platforms just to get a better production out. As the podcast grows and audience grows, I want the aesthetics of everything, even with camera angles and stuff. And I've talked about it, in previous podcasts. So, anywho. So, yes, that segment will be Trending Trash. And there'll be a couple of more segments that we're going to add in. And like I said, we're going to try to shorten this podcast to try to make it around 45 minutes. And the reason why is because I don't want to take up too much of your time. However, as, the audience base grows and everything else like that, you want the show to grow. ideally my exit time would be 2 hours. When I can get to that point, I'm going to get to that point. But I want to make sure that I have enough content that's going to be for those 2 hours. Now, I've done it before.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been on panels that were 4 hours.
Yes.
5 days a week.
Whew.
So I know I got a good hour and a half content. The other 30 minutes are going to be ads and other bullshit that I have to do to maintain the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Pay bills.
I was going to say, that's that, throw that fluff in there right quick.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to make sure I do that. So anyway, we're at the halfway point. So this is when I drink water and just be able to just have a halfway point. So moving forward, what are going to be some changes or some additions to the podcast that's going to be like even funnier or more informative? I'm going to go on a limb and say that I'm going to go back to what I was doing before, which worked, where I talk about anything and everything, from relationships to cryptocurrency, all that. In that commercial that I play.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
All right, check it out. So after we do that commercial at the halfway point, of course, we have a question of the day. My question of the day, because it's my question of the day, and it's for me solely. The question is, who's the asshole? Sometimes I have to ask myself this, and I had an epiphany one day, and I had to ask myself this just because of just the situation. You have conversations with people, and, you try not to say certain things that's going to hurt people's feelings. But being a real individual, they're not going to be in your life unless you're authentic. You're authentic and you are who you are, right? And sometimes you have to be able to ask people questions that are not necessarily comfortable for them. When keeping it real goes wrong. Absolutely. And sometimes you have to just say, okay, look. In your mind, you have to say this. Don't say this out loud. Now, do I just without a shadow of a doubt think by me saying what I'm about to say to this person is going to create a bigger situation? Or are you just being an asshole about it? Like, think about it. Sometimes we know for our better judgment, if we don't say something, somebody is going to come in behind us and say the most stupidest shit ever. And all we're going to do is sit there and be like, no, now see, that's not even cool. That's not even right. Now we the hater. Now we're the hater. Wait a minute. You know what you talking about ain't going to work. You still doing it. You still doing it. So how you going to tell him or her the exact thing that's a Band-Aid for your problem so they can put a Band-Aid on their problem? If y'all don't stop that, like, for real, either be that person's friend or just don't be that person, don't be around that person or give them advice or even help them at all. No matter how you feel about them. That's like shooting from the hip. I think this gonna work. You know it's not. You know it's not gonna work. And people will sit there and say, well, I just thought I was being nice. No. We have gotten into this touchy-feely, spread positivity type world where that's the stigma that we should be in. But people are over positive. They think everybody's supposed to be on their positivity level. No. I'm sorry, happy cocaine girl. We're not bouncing off the walls like you are. Spiritually uppity, happy about things, because as a black man, there's certain things I have to think about when I leave my house. Regardless of how uppity and spiritually happy I am. Because guess what? Everybody isn't. So sometimes I have to actually turn my asshole on. That makes me happy. The reaction I get from people when they would just never expect something like that to come out of my mouth is more rewarding. But at the same time, it's like you still have to have grace. There has to be balance. You can't just go out and just be that guy all the time. How are people going to even accept you in their world if they know this is the type of guy he's going to be and he's not aware of his surroundings and he's going to probably get some people hurt? I'm sorry. If I'm at a baseball game watching a baseball game, I shouldn't smell funk. I'm not on the baseball field playing the game. I'm watching it. I should not actively be smelling armpits. I should not be at a basketball game sitting in a suite smelling PT underarms. Gym feet. I know he said WWE events are the worst. Guess what? We got tickets for SmackDown in August.
Yeah, Z, we going.
We're going to SmackDown in August. I already have this debrief with my wife. People don't wash their ass, babe. We are going outside in the public. We are outside.
I know. I just...
Yes, don't spare the listener. But anywho, get back on track. I think it's imperative that we realize, and this is not to cut corners or to say this is for one group of people to another. No, it's for everybody. This is for someone that doesn't go to church, doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in any spiritual being, whatever. To someone that's highly favored, believes in God or believes into a higher power, whatever your denomination of sanctification is. This is for you as well. You know there are certain things you are not going to put yourself into And it's not even based on what you believe in and what serves you and what guides you on a daily basis. There's just certain things you don't do. There's just certain things you don't put yourself into. And it's not because of fear. It's because you don't want to deal with that shit.
Right. You know those atmospheres.
Yes.
Whether you're going in that direction
or out,
or you're going the other direction. Period.
But I would tell you this: people that are more spiritually awakened, people that have a purpose, people that I would even say people that are not just in church, but people that have been in religion and in some type of church for a long period of time, regardless of
what religion that
what
is.
it is and what you do.
They know.
They have some type of awakening within themselves. It may not be based on that particular religion. It's based on themselves.
Right.
Their experiences. Regardless of how they want to see it got to them, it's there.
Mm-hmm. That intuition.
There's certain things that people have that regardless of how you feel you got them, you have it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have it.
Absolutely.
It ain't something all of a sudden you walk into a building and now all of a sudden you're a prophet and you speaking in tongues, bro. It don't work like that.
No, absolutely
Things will come to you the longer you are not even just learning and experiencing it, how you are applying it to your life and how you are allowing life to apply to what you are doing.
Absolutely.
Because guess what? People think there's a lot of life to live, but you ain't started living it yet. You living through other people. How you living your life when you living it through other people? You living it through other people's experiences. You living it through other people's pocketbooks that can't even fill your pocketbook. They get a new contract. You feel more excited for them and they don't know you.
Mm.
Oh, they speak to me in the comments. They know. No, they don't. Now, there may be a personal relationship you have with someone you follow, you talk to, you know what I'm saying? That's totally different. But some of these celebrities, some of these streamers and things like that, they may look at your comment and say it back, and they may attach your name in there because of how frequently you're in there.
But they don't know you.
But they don't know you, one. But why are you trying to live that life when you have a whole life to live? Regardless of who you believe your maker is or who brought you here, guess what? You have a life to live to do something magnificent. But are you doing it? Are you wasting it? Are you putting it in someone else's hands because they see the potential in you, but you see the potential in somebody else? So you renege on your opportunity to be great because you want to follow somebody else's dreams? No, that ain't getting in your bag. Getting in your bag is following your dreams and be excited for those that have dreams and are accomplishing those dreams while you are accomplishing your dreams. Let that marinate. Let that marinate. Because I know some people are like, what? What?
You might have to go back and hit the replay on that portion right there for you to understand what was just said. Period.
Pastor Bess has just said it all. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. Y'all need to let that marinate. Let that breathe.
Appreciate you, Pastor Bess. Thank you for joining.
Let that breathe. Yes, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. I think it goes without saying. Sometimes we have to take a step back and really know when someone say, let's be real, let's be real. Let's have those difficult conversations that a lot of people don't want to have. Get healing from it. Understand what it is that's being said comedically or not even comedically as a healing property of healing. One of the things is laughter.
Absolutely.
Some things you have to laugh about. I said earlier that I don't think about things. I overthink things. I have gotten into this process in my life where I take my time where I go somewhere. I don't try to overthink it, but I do think of an exit plan. Y'all need to be aware of what world we live in. What's going on in the best country in the world isn't the best for its people. And sometimes you have to open your eyes and see that. Yes, we can be gracious and humble, blessed for all the things that we have. But are we protecting those assets? Regardless of what the world situation is, are you protecting your assets? I ain't even just talking about money. You are an asset. What you got for the people before we get up out of there?
Man. Whew. I'm over here just still reeling in the comment that you made, you know, and the comments that are in the chat. You know, we appreciate the love and support that you all bring and give to us week after week while we keep doing this show and podcast. So I just want to say thank you for the love and support, and have a phenomenal rest of the week. And to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Enjoy your Sunday. Relax and chill. I'm out.
So, as always, with that being said, y'all, that's what I said. I appreciate y'all joining us. I really have. It's definitely been a pleasure. We're going to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all know what time it is on next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Blessings to you as well, Pastor Bess, and to everybody that took the time to join us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and that's listening live on Spreaker.com. This podcast is actually a live recording, which will be available on all streaming platforms where you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast. It will be available within the next hour. Peace and love, y'all. We out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Bitch, what?